Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Monday morning BBO challenge, where I get to play 8 hands against. I shouldn't say against 2 robots and with a robot. I was actually thinking of saying against 3 robots, but one robot is my partner, and the system that we play is, I believe, it's a 2-over-1 system. And I think from the carding that we had last week, it was a reverse carding situation. So partner, if they like something, they tend to follow low. So that's what I'm presuming is the system. 2-over-1, which means that if they respond at the 2 level to my one of a major opening, that is a game forcing bid. But we'll check the system as we go along, meaning that we'll have a look at some of the bids. Again, there is just a bit of a reminder about cameras, just to make sure that we turn all of our cameras off. There we go, all good. Just about the system that we play. We'll touch on our bids and the robots' bids as well, and see if we can understand the bidding a little bit more accurately as we go along. But so here we go. Hand number 1. Partners a passed hand and not vulnerable. You're in 3rd seat, and with the system that we play, I believe that this is a 1 club opening in most systems. Even if you play there we go, 3+ clubs, there we go, better minus system, and that fits in perfectly. That's what we do. Here we go. 1 spade double, so that shows 4 hearts from partner. And the opponents have bid 2 spades, so they've got a fit. Partner's shown 4 cards in hearts here. Now, everyone, this looks like what I like to refer to in my lessons on competitive bidding. I like to call these hands 20-20 hands, because there's every chance that the high card points are reasonably well distributed around the table. If that's the case, and especially when your side is not vulnerable, it's normally a good idea to be competing to the 3 level over the opponent's 2 level bidding. And especially when you find that your side is not vulnerable. And despite the 4-3-3 shape, I still think that it's probably worthy of a 3-heart competitive bid, because even if we go down a trick, then it's only 50. Down 2 tricks is only 100. And then only if we were doubled at the 3 level would that be an issue. So I'm going to compete with 3 hearts here and hope that my partner doesn't take that. If I look at it, see, they're taking that as a 15 to 18 point hand. And that's what worries me about playing with these robots, is that this is no longer a competitive option. You see, so if I bid 3 hearts here, my partner could very well raise to 4 hearts. So do I want to take that risk, or should I simply pass and hope that my partner might be able to come up with a bid? Well, my partner doubles. That's nice. So now we bid 3 hearts, and now partner won't. They won't bid on, hopefully. And this looks like it turned out to be quite a good option for our side. Partner's got 9 points, a shortage. They've led the ace of clubs. Very interesting lead. It most certainly won't be from ace queen, I can't imagine. And I think there's probably a good chance it's from ace doubleton. So let's start to put everyone, I didn't have a no trump opening, did I? I think I had 13. No, sorry, Christine. I've already miscounted once about no trump hands, but I'm obviously not good enough for a 13 to 15 raise. Everyone, just a reminder about cameras, good. So in this instance, I think we're going to place West at this point with 5 spades and probably 1 or 2 clubs only. So if they continue clubs on, I'm definitely not going to try and run it to the jack. And I'm going to watch the carding from East to see where we go on this hand. East plays the 8. That's interesting. Follow with the 9. And West plays another club. So I'm presuming that I can't imagine why West would have led from ace queen here at this point in time. So I think rising with the king probably would be our best play. As I said, let's start to picture the cards around the table. West has 5 spades and probably 2 clubs, which means that hearts, there's a chance hearts aren't breaking poorly for us, which is nice. So if West turns out to have 2 or 3 hearts, then it looks like the diamonds might break as well. And by the fact that West didn't lead a spade, I'm presuming that West has the ace of spades. So at this point in time, I'm staring at 2 club losers, 2 spade losers, and at least a diamond loser as well. So, and also there's a chance that the diamond king is sitting over the top of the ace because East has got to have some high card points here. If I duck this, then I'm setting myself up for a possible ruff here, everyone. And I think I should avoid that. Okay, so let's try a few rounds of trumps. Ten of hearts, eh? Okay, so hearts are breaking, which is good. I'm thinking that let's draw the last round of hearts here. And if I exit with a club, I'm giving the opponents the lead immediately. That means that they would probably have to start playing spades themselves, which I can eventually eliminate those. Let's draw this third round of trumps and let's see where the last heart is. Yeah. So at this point in time, I'm going to play a club because I need to find out about the layout of the club suit. West has turned up with 5 spades that we know about, 2 hearts, perhaps 2 clubs, and therefore 4 diamonds. So let's exit with the jack of clubs. This is good to see. I want to find out whether the king of diamonds is now doubleton in the East hand, because East has turned up with queen of clubs, jack of hearts, and likely queen jack of spades now. So, and West has turned up with ace of clubs and ace of spades. Does West have the king of diamonds or not? That's the big question. So let's try to cover this, I think. Okay. Now, big moment of truth. West has 5 spades, 2 clubs, 2 hearts, and 4 diamonds. They discarded a diamond too, which means that if they discarded it, they probably haven't discarded it from jack to 4. They might have had 4 to the 10, they might have had 4 to the king. So let's play a low diamond and let's see where this leads us. See what card East comes up with, the 5. I'm going to play the ace and the 3. Now I'm going to play a low one. They popped up with the king anyhow, so they made things very easy for me. Now that's okay, now I can claim. So 8 tricks. That may not be a bad score because I think that probably East-West were making 2 spades. Let's look at the hand. Let's have a look at the scores here. So I'll just pop this out of the road here. And then I'll pop our results up on the board so that we can have a look at the history here. There we go. So 3 hearts by South, going 1 down. Let's have a look at the other tables. And a lot of people in 3 hearts going down. Someone made 3 hearts. And then a number of people played no trumps and hearts going down a number of tricks. So going down one trick, I suspect, is probably an okay score and will probably remain a reasonable score. So, and how would they have gone in spades? They would have picked up 5 spade tricks, and simply by playing ace and another club, the club suit probably would have almost fallen into their lap as well. So a good 8. Sue's asking a question, if you had put West on lead, maybe you could have made the spade king. I couldn't put West on lead though, Sue, because West would have won the king of diamonds and simply exited a diamond was the problem. However, that is a valid point. So Sue's saying at the point in time where I drew the trumps and West had played ace and another club, if I had played ace and another diamond, if West had flown with the king, and they made a pretty stupid discard, didn't they, at that third diamond? If they'd flown with the king, then I might have been able to get a card away. But even if they simply exit the third diamond, Sue, they just stick me in dummy. Yep, I can get a discard. You're right, that play might have actually worked quite well. So, and that would have meant that I had to presume West had the king of diamonds at that point in time, and I wasn't quite ready to give up on that position. But a good question nonetheless. Okay, let's move on. Hand 2. East has passed. We're vulnerable. We have 6-12 count, so I think I'm going to comfortably open a club on this hand. That's a good thought, Sue. Perhaps if I had presumed West had the king of diamonds, I could have played ace and another diamond, and West would have, because of the poor discard, would have been end played. Okay, partner bids 1 heart. 4 plus, let's have a look at this. 1 over 1, 4 plus hearts. However, if you remember back to if I bid 2 hearts on here, they're saying that I have to have 4 cards in hearts on this hand, which is a bit of a poor effort. So maybe I should just rebid 1 no trump based on the robot system. I personally would raise hearts on this hand because of my weak doubleton diamond. So partner bids 2 diamonds, which is 4 cards exactly in hearts and an invitational hand only. Well, I've got a minimum, so I don't playing match points. There's no reason for me with a minimum hand to bid on. Partner's 2 no trump bid is simply invitational. I've got 12 points. Yep, I think that this is a hand where we shouldn't be pushing too hard. If I was to look at this hand from the perspective of banzai points, so for those who know about banzai points, there's a bit more weighting given to the lower cards such as 10s. And this hand has 2 10s in it. The way that the point count works is that you give, it's a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 scale. So an ace is worth a 5 and a 10 is worth a 1. So you'll find that the ratio of a 10 to, or a jack to an ace is 4 to 1 in high card points, but a jack to an ace in the banzai point range is 5 to 2. So the ratio is 2.5 to 1. That means that the lower honors, like this hand, gets a better run. And you can sort of see that because it all comes from that idea of aces and spaces, which was something I remember time and again when I was a new player. I'd hear the ladies at the Bridge Club saying, well, that hand's got 4 aces for your 1 no trump opening. It's just aces and spaces. And that's where the idea comes from, because a lot of those people knew instantly that if your hand simply had 4 aces in it and not much stuffing in between, that there was 4 tricks only, and you had to work very hard to be able to make extra tricks in no trumps. So lower cards are often more important than the higher cards. So how would this rate as far as a banzai point count hand is? It's got 12 in high cards, and then you add 1 for each honor. 1 in spades, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2 extra for the clubs is 10, plus the 12 points that you've got, so it's 22. So this hand is a maximum. And Banzai point count would tell me that I should be bidding game on this particular hand. But that's a decision I would take probably at imps rather than at match points. Even if I make an over trick at match points, I'm quite comfortable with that result. So playing match points, Colin's asking, can you please explain Banzai? Yeah, actually, what if we have, I really want to have a lesson on that. And I was looking at doing that this week, Banzai points. It's something I should give you a whole lesson on. And I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a preamble here. We'll make sure that I put it in on Tuesday week. We'll talk about Banzai points, and all that simply is a different way of evaluating a no trump hand. Or perhaps I can squeeze it in during one of our revision classes. It's probably worth a whole lesson though. So on this hand, I'm going to take, because of match points, I'm going to take the negative position and I'm going to pass rather than take a stretch at game or take a punt at game. Okay, so partner's got a pretty ordinary 11 there, I think. And I'm thrilled that the opponents didn't lead a diamond here, because if they led a diamond, I could be in a difficult position. There you go. The 10 of diamonds switch. So it looks like West has the ace of spades. Ace to 4. From the 10 of diamonds switch, well, I might just simply, I will duck this, because if the position of the diamond suit is such that East has, for example, Queen 10, 9 to 6, then the diamond suit might just get blocked. So I think I'll duck it, and I won't play the Jack. I play the 5, and I'm going to play low on that, with the intention, as I said, I still think I'm going to play low on this, just in case that is a doubleton queen of diamonds. There you go. So maybe it was a doubleton queen of diamonds. Ah, okay. Wowee is all I'll say. East has, does East have, East is past as dealer. Do they really have ace king to, or king 10 9 to 6 diamonds and the ace king of spades and not open? Not sure that that's the layout of the diamond suit anymore. But simply put, they've set up my 4th spade here and dummy, so that's a trick. We can guarantee 3 heart tricks. We can guarantee 3 heart tricks, 2 spade tricks, that's 5. The ace of diamonds and the ace of clubs, that's 7. And then trying to work out what I should be doing here in relation to the location of both the Queen of Hearts and the King of Clubs. So at this point in time, do I finesse for the heart of Queen for West? The odds are very strong that West has it. Heart, or do I play for the King of Clubs in the West hand as well? I think West might, probably does have the Queen of Hearts. So at this point in time, I think King of Hearts. Having second thoughts about this hand, maybe a low club to the Queen might be better. Because if East holds the Queen of Hearts and West holds the king of clubs, then that would be my better line of play. No, I'm going to stick with the hearts. Yeah. It's a club. I play the 8 of spades now. Oh, they have got another diamond, West. A very good defense, is it? Another club gone. Well, West is known to have 2 clubs left, aren't they? Wow. Well, they had a club and a sneaky diamond there. Okay, 9 tricks. So, it worked out quite well for us. I'm not sure that, not sure about the line of play. That wasn't such a straightforward hand. Let's look at what they did at the other tables on this hand. There was lots to consider. Some people did big game and make 10 tricks and 9 tricks. Then we played 150, but quite a few people only took 120 on the hand. Perhaps in the end game, they weren't game to take a club finesse because they thought that they might be losing to a singleton king and they'd take a diamond trick at the end game. So anyway, you have a double finesse. Which, Sue, you mentioned a double finesse. You mean the double finesse? You mean 2 different finesses, or in hearts? It's only there was only 1 finesse, meaning that. But I would need to finesse twice in order to win the suit. There was a suggestion to play a low club. Yeah, that was my other thought before touching the king of hearts. But as it turned out, I was glad I did take the heart finesse because we didn't end up losing any tricks for, from that point onwards. So here we go. Let's have a look at hand number 3. So we've got 13 points again. These balanced hands keep popping up. So let's open a club. In Banzai, this would be 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then you add 2 for the 5th card in the suit. So that would be a 20 Banzai point hand. Partners bid 1 club, which is 2 to 4 clubs, 2 to 4 diamonds. Okay, so they could have 4 cards in clubs, or they could have 4 cards in diamonds, but they're denying a 4-card major. Would I rather pass them in 1 no trump, or would I prefer to go back to 2 clubs on this hand? This is a very interesting decision, everyone. And don't think it's so straightforward that you should pass on this hand. Partner will have 3 clubs, because if they've got 4 diamonds and 3 cards in each major, they must hold 3 clubs. So this is a little bit of a red herring, the 2 to 4 club thing. They can't have 5 diamonds and they can't have a 4-card major. So I know we've got a club fit, but am I better off with this hand to tempt playing in no trumps for the better score, or because of the weakness here in hearts, should I be aiming to play this hand in clubs? Yeah, I'm leaning towards 2 clubs as well. I'm thinking that may be a better option. Now, what I say in my notes when it comes to playing hands and choosing between a minor, 2 of a minor and 1 no trump, have a look at the number of high card points you've got. If you believe that your side holds 22 or more high card points, 22 to 24, then you should aim to play in no trumps. But you've got 13, partner's got 6 to 9. Yep. So there's no reason to think that you've got 22 points between the 2 hands. So let's go back to clubs. I think that would be the better decision on this hand. The safer decision on this hand. Okay, so they are leading a heart through the ace queen at trick 1. The heart lead through through dummy. Do I finesse? If I finesse here, the 8 could be fourth highest. It could be from King Jack 9 8. That would be the only holding that it could be from if it's fourth highest. It could be from 3 to the King 9 8 or 3 to the Jack 9 8. I'm looking at holdings where it does have the king. How would we have gone in no trumps? I think we have 7 tricks, don't we? Looks like 7 top tricks in no trumps. Pity I didn't pass one no trump. Here we go. So I think there's no advantage in playing the queen now, just in case there is a 6-card heart suit on my right. So I think if we duck it, the opponents will probably switch. They could switch to a spade. It could be get a little bit embarrassing if I duck it. But ducking may not be a bad play on the grounds that they may not find the right switch from the east hand. And after all, what if they play a heart back? Okay. Would they lead away from the king? They could. Leading away from king is not as forbidden as a lot of players think it is. I think there's been a number of lessons that people have been given where they're told never to lead away from a king, but that shouldn't be the case. Leading away from King Jack is often a poor idea. So but leading away from a king may be a reasonable shot. So as Stephen said, it's either ace or the 4. It's not the queen. So let's try the 4 and see where that leads us. Well, that's certainly fixed up the trump suit. We know we've got no losers in the trump suit now. In the 10 and dummy. So should we try now to maximize our entries and try to lead towards the queen 10 another spade? If we try the 8 of spades, what's the holding that we're going to look for? Maybe just ace jack or king jack in the east hand. So if that's the case, then we may have be able to get a spade trick if the ace jack or king jack is in the east hand. So that's what I'm going to go after and take advantage of those extra. Oh, there we go. King, interesting. Why did they play the king? Okay, I'll win the ace. Now do we play ace of clubs, a club to the queen and another spade? I think that's what we'll do. Or do we simply draw all the trumps, play a heart to the ace and play a spade? Because that king of clubs certainly looks like the ace king of clubs, doesn't it? So club to the queen. And then another club back to my hand. And now I can afford to play if I play a diamond here and then I trump the return, then I may end up losing too many trumps. So I think I'm going to take all of my options here. There is a chance that the king of hearts is onside, so I could take that chance here and now. So why not try that? Let's try the heart to the queen. No. No diamonds, that's okay. So West has king, queen of diamonds, and the jack of hearts, and the jack of clubs. So I'm going to trump this. And East is turned up with the king of hearts and the king of spades at the present. So when I play this to dummy, I didn't watch the 10 of diamonds. I should have watched the drop. It was pretty bad. Now I'm going to play a spade. Has East got ace king? What do we think? The play of the king was a very interesting play if they didn't have ace king. East knows my pattern. They know I've got two spades here. So West has shown up with Jack of hearts, Jack of clubs, King, Queen of diamonds. Jack of clubs, Jack of hearts is 2, King, Queen of diamonds is 7. If they had the ace of spades, or would they have made a call? Well, at this point in time, they haven't shown up with any 5-card suit, so calling over a club might not be so easy on the West hand. Queen of spades. Each play of the king may simply have been from King Jack. East has turned up with King of hearts, Jack of diamonds, King of spades, I think that would be a highly unusual card to play the king from King Jack. So I'm gonna presume that East has got ace king of spades and ace king of spades. So that would give them a doubleton club. That would give them Jack to some number of diamonds. That would give them king to 4 hearts. And they wouldn't have had a chance to bid because they weren't passing. So I'm going to go king of spades, queen of spades here. Yep. Okay. Now I take the ace of clubs. That 9 of diamonds was high. That was pretty bad, wasn't it? I wasn't watching closely. Everyone, did you see that I didn't watch closely on the third round of diamonds? I said I should have watched closely. The 9 of diamonds was actually a winner in dummy. That was pretty poor, and don't do that yourselves. I'm down to 48%. Why is that? That got 7%, that score. Why did we do so poorly? Because everyone else played 1 no trump. And on the lead of from East here, they probably led a heart directly into the ace queen, and eventually Declarer took 8 tricks, you see. Interesting. There you go. So that has led to a poor score on that hand by choosing to rebid our known club suit rather than passing partner in 1 no trump. Match point heaven. Okay, hand number 4. Let's see if we can go up again. What have we got? We've got 11 and 7. This cavalcade of balanced hands. So 11, 7, 18, too good for 1 no trump. So we'll start with 1 club. Oh, sorry, what's happened? Ah, they've opened 1 diamond, pardon me. I didn't see that. So if they open a diamond and we pick up this hand, what are your thoughts, everyone? Too good for 1 no trump? If we bid 1 no trump on this hand, it would be 15 plus 18 or less total points. Double, yeah. I'm wondering though, when partners are past hand, whether double is worth it or not, because double will only propel you a little bit higher than if, for example, if partner bid a spade, then we may end up playing this hand in a level too high. So my feeling is to make this a 1 no trump. Banzai would tell me 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Banzai would tell me this is only a 1 no trump bid. So let's do that. Let's bid 1 no trump. And that's where we land. Well, that's a friendly lead, isn't it? 2 of hearts. So is that 4th best? Probably have to play it to be 4th best, don't we? So it looks like East has got 4 hearts to go with West. They always seem to find the suit where you've got the most difficult problems. So a low spade probably means that they've got an honor. So I'm simply going to play low here. Why should I guess which honor they've got? Back to spades. Okay. To hearts, sorry. So where are we up to on this hand, everyone? Should I, if I try to build an entry to dummy, it's going to prove extremely difficult. I've got the queen of spades is gone. I've still got the ace, 10 and 9 out against me. Do I try to get the opponents or East to start playing suits? West has shown up the queen of spades. Dummy had how many points? It had 5 points. I had 18, that's 23. So West has got at most 15 points. So probably you're going to find one of the missing honors is still in the West hand, because it looks like East, by opening one diamond, was probably balanced on this hand. So if they've got 3 spades and 4 hearts, they've probably got 4 diamonds. King of hearts and then lead with a club. Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking that maybe East is going to get end played on this hand, everyone. So if I can run all of my hearts, I might be able to end play East eventually in diamonds. So let's first of all, let's play a low club. If we keep playing hearts here, then we take away our opponent's exit cards. And we can probably afford to throw a diamond and a club from dummy. So I think that's what we'll do. Play the king of hearts. And then the jack of hearts. And a club from dummy. Okay, so now all of the east-west cards, exit cards and hearts are gone, which means they'll have to start playing some of these suits for us. Again, East has turned up with 4 hearts. They've turned up with, they played a low spade, so they must have the ace, I assume. If they have 4 hearts and 4 spades, then they have 3 diamonds and 2 clubs. So if that's the case, then they would be balanced. And if they're balanced, then it's probable that they may have the doubleton queen of clubs. At this point, let's play the king of spades and see where that leads us. West has got 6 points. Wow. Well, that's easy now, I think. Everything's pretty obvious from here. So now I think we can simply play a club to the 10 and then run the jack of diamonds through East. And we'll pick up East's diamond tricks here. So a low club to the 10. And the jack of diamonds. There we go. Win the ace. Give up the diamond trick. I had to unblock that, everyone. Did you see that? Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have got back to my winning king of clubs. And now I have the 2 winning spades. I have a winning diamond, the 8 of diamonds, and the winning spade, the jack of spades. So there we go, 150. I'm wondering how the opponent, well, that ended up being a good score, didn't it? So why was that a good score? Let's see what people did. 85%, other tables. Yeah, so only 3 tables made 9 tricks. Quite a lot of them made 8 and 7. Some people even played a no trump going down. I'm still hurting from this score here, the 7% score here, because nobody else chose to play 2 clubs. You see, I was on my lonesome. Oh no, 2 other scores. Everyone else played 1 no trump. Oh, well, serves me match point right. Pass to me, 58%. 4 more boards to go. Oh, gee, we're getting a bit slow here, everyone. Sorry about that. So let's quicken up the pace. So I've got 11 pass. Third seat. I'm not good enough to open this hand, so I'm going to pass it. Passed out. There you go. Passed out got us a total of 39%. Why is that? The people played in 1 spade or some number of spades, and they got to let's have a look at the hand. North-South had 10 points, opposite 11, and a 5-3 spade fit. Well, I didn't choose to open that, everyone, because I was vulnerable in third seat with 11 points and a balanced hand. It never excites me to open up with hands like that. Okay, here we go. A bit of shape in the action. So we've got 18 points. Try 1 heart. 1 spade from partner. If I bid 3 diamonds here, I'm wondering if that's game force. Yep, 18 to 21 high card points. And that's what I've got. Partner rebids their spade suit. It promises 5 or more spades only. Well, I'm now going to bid 3 no trump because I don't want to be playing 4 spades in a 5-1 fit. Oh, well, partner's got more than 4 spades, obviously. Strong rebiddable spades. 5 or more, 8 or more. 8 to 10. So they're limited in their points. So now, obviously, I pass. Which means that slam's not a possibility. Queen of clubs opening lead. Okay. So that's not a great start for us. It's not a great start because it means that they're probably going to try and set up a club trick now, which would be bad. Partner's a little bit light on for their bidding. I'm not quite sure why they bid so many times on this hand. I think perhaps they weren't playing any jump shift. So let's win the ace. Everyone, I'm a little worried about doing anything too clever on this hand, because if I do, then I'm afraid that the opponents might get an extra under trick. So let's try to, partner's got 7 spades. Let's try to get the trumps going. Ace of spades. The 8 has dropped, which is good. And the next play I'm going to make is probably, I can afford the queen of diamonds, so that's what I'll do, queen of diamonds. Okay, so East led the queen of clubs from Queen Doubleton. So what I want to do here is avoid a trump promotion. And if West gets on play, then they're going to play some winning clubs, and East might get a promoted trump trick. So I've got to try to avoid that if I can. I might play the jack of diamonds through West, and if they play the king, I can trump it, and then I might just be able to jack of spades, see if I can get them to duck. 10's gone. Okay, so the 10-8 has gone already, which is good. It's an interesting play. Wow. Talk about getting punished. That's the end of the hand, isn't it? All the trumps are gone now because they've scored a ruff. And we can claim. Down 2. Probably not a good score though, I'm afraid, because a lot of people... let's have a look at our score. 46% for playing in 4 spades, 2 down. We tried our best. Okay. Hand number 7, 2 to go. Here we are. It's all vol. You're in first seat. You have this lovely collection, but it's only a 1 club opening. 1 spade, double from partner. 2 clubs. So partner showing 4 or more hearts. If I was to double here, everyone, it would show rebiddable clubs. So the double would be like saying I've got a good club suit. If I was to bid 2 hearts, they would probably think that I've got 4 cards in hearts. So let's try double, at least get the clubs into the action. Pass 2 diamonds. That's okay. So if I now bid 2 hearts, they still think I've got 4 cards in hearts. Silly robots. Well, I'm going to do that anyhow because it's worth a shot. Ah, okay. Thanks, partner. I think I'll pass out 4 hearts. What was this 2 club bid? Good support in spades. Yeah, it was a Q raise. Oh, what an interesting dummy from partner. In fact, what a great dummy. This hand almost looks like it comes out of a textbook. So there's spades here on my left, at least 5, 5-3 spade fit. And then East has also bid 2 diamonds, so they promised 3 or more diamonds. Okay, so let's just see where this is leading. Club switch, I bet. No, spade switch. Oh, that's not good. The defense, I wouldn't think. So the 6 of spades is winning. Do we duck this and simply duck a heart? I think that's the best thing to do, isn't it, everyone? So win this spade trick and then duck a heart and then take the ace of hearts. Then the hand should be hopefully plain sailing, provided easy. Now I simply run my clubs, everyone. They've got a heart winner, which they can take whenever they wish. But I've also always got the 6 of hearts as an entry here. I finally trump in, and now you see I've got the now we just trump the spade, and now we can claim our tricks. Probably a good score, I'm suspecting that one. Yes, 89%. So my partner, very interesting. It's a good question here from Ingi. Is that a rebiddable clubs opposite because the opponents bid 2 clubs? Yes, the 2 club bid, Ingi, was just simply a Q raise. A Q raise. So the clubs just simply said I had a real good, proper 2 club rebid myself. Okay, so they've opened a club, promising 3 or more clubs. I've got 15 points here. Partner's a passed hand. Am I worthy of a 1 no trump overcall, everyone? Big question. Would it be very risky to bid a no trump on this hand? What have I got in bonsai points again? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yep, I'm going to bet a no trump. And that's where we ended. Aha. Okay. Well, they've got some heart tricks to take here, but that's also interesting because they've got half the points in the pack with a 9-card heart fit. I think there's every chance that this hand belongs to East West in hearts. So going down in no trumps may not be all that bad. Wow. 9 of spades. What is going on here? The West has probably 5 cards in hearts, I'm guessing. If I cover this, then I'm simply making winners out of the King, Queen, and 10 from East, but this is looking like a double to 9 of spades. So East has probably got 4 spades to the King, Queen, 10. I'm not sure what they have in clubs, but we'll soon find out. And I reckon they've got 4 hearts. So it's probable that we're talking East has got a, the clubs are breaking. So I reckon we're going to be able to take all of our club tricks here. I think I duck it. And I'm going to win the ace. I'm going to play the ace of clubs. Pretty confident that this suit's going to break. Yeah. Now, I don't think that they're going to, I think they're going to manage to take the rest of the tricks. So I think we might have stolen this hand, everyone. Yeah, we definitely stole this hand. There we go. So 1 no trump, 1 off ended up being a 53% score because, let's have a look what they did at the other tables. At the other tables, they played on this board. So it's, I've noticed that this is a fault with this program. Once they finish the last board, you can't see what they did at the other tables on that hand, unfortunately. A few questions here. Rhonda asked, why didn't I double? I didn't double on this last hand because I would have opened 1 no trump with that, Rhonda. And if I double, then I'm really bringing the probably the unbid suits into the action, and I really don't have much in the unbid suits. And 1 no trump would end up being a, you know, a reasonable contract, as you said, as it turned out to be. Interesting set. This is the hand that I'm very surprised that was such a low score at 7.1%, because I thought it was a low score because I was assumed that quite a few people may have chosen 2 clubs on this hand. And if you looked at the hand double dummy, it's a close bet between whether 2 clubs is a better contract and 1 no trump. It all depended on whether you guessed the spade suit, I suspect. That's, you know, where Declarer was really up to. Yeah, some interesting hands. This one, I would definitely not have opened on this hand in 3rd seat. Now, you can open light in 3rd seat, everyone, but it doesn't mean that you should open light in 3rd seat. I hope that everyone understands that. This hand had 11 points. In fact, I advocate people opening on less than 11 points, as long as you've got a reason to overcall. Opening in 3rd seat is akin to overcalling at the 1 level. Either you need a normal opening hand, or you need a decent suit. So that's one of the reasons and especially vulnerable versus not, I was not so keen on opening this hand. But so as opposed to those results, everything else seemed pretty straightforward. As I said, on this last hand, I'd love to have seen what the opponents did at the other tables on that hand, but unfortunately, they're not showing up now. There was an extra diamond trick on hand 3, so a better score. Hand 3. No, that would have been the same score, Sue, because I would have just discarded the 10 of spades. Remember, in the end game, I left myself having to guess the spade position in order to make it, and I guessed it right. So I would have simply discarded the spade, but still lost to the ace-king of spades, 2 heart tricks, and a diamond trick. So I couldn't have gained an extra trick. And 90 versus 110 would have made no difference on match points. It just goes to prove that whenever you're thinking about playing in 2 of a minor versus playing in 1 note trump, you should always give 1 note trump a good, strong thought before choosing going back to 2 of a minor. So my theory is that you need a little bit more than the balance of the points to play 1 note trump. And if you can't guarantee that, then more often than not, you should go back to the minor suit. Okay, but I'm going to open up the microphones, turn off our recording, and see if anyone's got any questions.